Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And inside today's video, we're going to be watching the grand finals of the EMEA region. So if you're probably watching this for the first time, you're probably like, these are the grand finals? Yeah, we got Eclipsar versus Team Electros. It is the grand finals. No SK Gaming, no Humble, no Foot, no Heretics even in the monthly final. There's a bunch of other teams as well. There's a huge amount of upsets in this monthly final. I feel like it's unexpected, but at the same time, the meta has been so crazy. It's no discredit to these two teams, by the way, because I honestly feel like they've both just played amazing today. But a lot of people have been predicting some of the underdogs this season. Anyway, it's the story of the underdog, and I'm excited because both of these teams, I believe, none of the players have won a monthly final just yet. Of course, the more seasoned players are Mebius, Nob, and Rama. Rama's been around the scene for a while now. He used to be on the team of Foot just before they won the World Finals. And then, of course, Nob teamed with Drage last year and just narrowly missed out on the World Finals, as, of course, he was playing with Angel Boy. And then Mebius was at the World Finals last year. So, you know, these guys are still really good players. So it's not a surprise, really, them making it this far in a sense. But it still was surprising through the bracket that they made it through. They made it through Foot, they made it through SK in the quarters. So let's take a look at the draft. We're not spoken about the draft at all here, so we can take a look at Poco. The drafting's been really interesting. Poco, Melody, and Ollie. I really like this. And then Max, Mr. P, and I've got to go with a big tank counter here against this, or a tank even here. Like, what do they even go against this? Let's take a look against Ollie. So you can't go Poco to counter the Ollie here. You need a lot of damage to counter this, surely. You need a lot. I mean, you could go with a Surge, but I don't think Surge is enough, in all honesty. I really don't. Mortis. Okay, Mortis is a good pick. I like the Mortis. Mortis has become a really dangerous brawler in this meta in particular because it's very chaotic, it's very gadget spam, and it's very hypercharge spam. So a lot of teams, you've seen a lot of Mortis in Bounty, Gem Grab, late picks right now in the meta because Mortis can feed a lot of hypercharge from tank, and of course his hypercharge is one of the best in the game. He can literally team wipe without even needing to get close to the opponent, so that's why they're going with a Mortis. I really couldn't call this game because Mr. P could definitely be really troublesome once he gets his hypercharge, but maybe it's going to be too late. Like, I think there's two slow charging hypercharges on the team of is it Eclipsar that have drafted that? No, it's the other team, Team Electros, and I'm hoping that it doesn't lag out here. So we might have a little bit of interference here because the monthly finals have been pretty laggy, but what they've been doing, if it lags, they then switch to a player's perspective. So we're just going to keep waffling here until we sort it. There we go. So it's going to go to Rama's perspective straight away. I've been hearing as well, like, this isn't even like a server issue. It's literally like one person DDoS in the servers, apparently. I mean, it's just kind of crazy how this has even happened. It's kind of disgraceful. Anyway, so let's just try and talk through the gameplay here through this kind of, I don't know, what do you even describe it? It looks like I'm watching somebody's stream that doesn't have a setup and they're streaming for the very first time. This is what it looks like right now. But let's try and decipher the gameplay. So now we can at least see how close he is to hypercharge. So he's got hypercharge so incredibly fast here. As you guys know, with Mr. P, we saw it yesterday. I forgot who we were watching. It was, who was it? It was I think it was an open zone, hot zone game where Mr. P were facing off against tanks. But if anything, Mr. P kind of likes facing off against tanks because he gets his hypercharge so incredibly quick. Good hypercharge away there from Nob, and that's surely going to be the round. Beam just can't get in range. So actually manages to get, he's going to have a super, I was about to say Mebius. Yeah, he's able to get a hypercharge in time there. And it's just too much. This Mortis pick is obviously just too much for them. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to come back from this. Rama's going to put a super in the back. Actually, this could be pretty dangerous. Can they get Mebius in time? Oh, just narrowly escapes there. You know what? That was looking so dangerous with the Poco, with the Ollie coming in. Again, I didn't get to see how that start unfolded there, so I don't know how it kind of fell apart for ECP. I've gone for ECP to win this somehow in my prediction before the game. Of course, literally everybody's got pretty much all of them wrong. I don't know, a lot of people like laughing at me for my predictions, but I don't get that. I mean, some people are idiots because when you're doing predictions, right, normally you go for ones on paper that are stronger. And of course, the world champions against ECP, who only just started coming into the monthly finals this year. Obviously, you're going to look to try and predict Humble, unless, of course, you don't care about your predictions and your points. And then, of course, SK. who won the monthly final last month. Of course, I'm going to vote that against TE. I mean, actually, I really wanted to put TE, but SK were looking really good in scrims. Humble were looking really good in scrims. I just don't think they've performed to the level in today's monthly final. But I might also take a look at those games on my second channel. But we can see a different perspective here. We're going to... Oh no, we're actually watching it normally. This is kind of crazy. It's no lag. I just thought we was watching a different perspective, a different player. But we do see here Mortis is in behind, so I've got to be really careful of that. And this is what I mean here. Okay, yeah, we're going to take them down. Sabim's going to jump on in here. That's going to be the drag towards them as well. And this time, ECP are just completely cooking. I think they've just not allowed Mebius to pop off as much as he can. Poco just narrowly manages to get away there. Marco's going to go in, and the heals are just enough. They just need one more gem here. Mebius is all that they need. He's going to be really weak. Max Hypercharge as well can help them out. That's going to be the 10th gem. Mebius got a lot of supercharge. I mean, we actually didn't. He got 25% there. But a lot of pressure is coming from Electros. Can they hold on? Spen should probably just go up here and die, in all honesty, because now Mortis is going to chain a lot of bats. 3 seconds left. It's going to be a kill. Marco's going to be able to clean up all of that. Well played from Sabim to drag Mebius out of the equation, especially with the hypercharge. Hypercharge wasted. A lot of lag is happening. Guys, it's not me, by the way. It is the broadcast that is lagging. We're just going to have to put up with this until they change. I don't know why they just don't keep the perspective. That's going to be another kill for them. Bissell's going to manage to stay alive for as long as possible. He needs to try and run back to his teammates. I think Mebius... Oh, he could have maybe got out of there alive. This is looking really, really tough. Again, like ECP, they just need to go in and respawn. They honestly just need to go in right now and just get a death or something. Like, honestly, yeah, that's it. I'm going to go in now. But I feel like they might have left it. I don't know. I'm going to get the kill on Mortis. That's surely it, right? That's surely it. There we go. It's really hard to get the gems out of spawn in gem grab there. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful play from ECP. It's now 1-1 in this series. But yeah, what I was thinking is a lot of time in gem grab, you do, if you don't want to, of course, throw the game, one person, especially who hasn't got a gem, so just kind of need to go in and get a respawn going, because especially if they manage to kill you, where you have the respawn bubble, and that can help you. Anyways, what am I saying? These guys are the pros. But Mebius now, I mean, did they swap the matchup? Again, I didn't get to see the beginning of the first round, so I want to see how the matchups went. So Mebius trying to get onto Poco as quickly as possible. Of course, that's the easiest matchup for Mortis, and that's where he's going to get all of his supercharge from. And Mebius is just going to go in like crazy. Probably going to die again. Actually, does survive. But he's just trying to farm his hypercharge as much as possible. He's just going to go in again. I don't know how I felt about it that time around, but he's just trying to farm that hypercharge. It's all about the hypercharge. He doesn't really care. Same with Mr. P as well. Just going to go in, trying to farm that hypercharge as much as possible. I mean, maybe he hasn't even got a super yet. Marco's already got a hypercharge. He's going to go in on the Mr. P. He's going to manage to get the kill. And it's just Nob left. Gets the kill onto him as well. Mebius is not doing a great job of cycling through to his super this time around. He does have his hypercharge here. They need to end the game quickly, ECP. So the last gem's going to spawn on the side of Team Electros. Sabim might be able to get that, but you don't want to split up the gems too much. Maybe, yeah, but I think just play things patient here. Nob's going to super Mebius. The game just crashes at one of the most vital points in the game. Typical BSC production. It straight away switches over to Rama. I mean, at least they're quick with this, guys. At least they're quick with this. Rama's looking to try and spam a Pim here. That's just hilarious to see the player's perspective. I kind of like this. I like it from the player's perspective. Okay, he's got a hypercharge here. He's going to wait to use that. Now he's going to throw that a little bit further up. Wonder what gadget he's using. I think he's... Oh, I completely forgot. Anyways, maybe he's going to get some supercharge here. 6 seconds left. He needs to go now. Does get a super onto Poco, but doesn't manage to chain it enough. And that's going to be the round and the set go into ECP. So I really like that overall. I think they did have the better composition because they took one of Ollie's best counters in Poco and Mortis. It really relied off Mortis training a lot of hypercharges, and it just took him too long to get those. So anyways, that's the first set. Sorry about this, a little bit sketch, but let's jump into the next one. Into set number 2, we have Brawl Pinhole Punt. So another map that isn't in the ranked rotation. What was the first? Oh yeah, this is exactly the same as APAC, right? I believe in the order of the maps, yep. So we can see the bans here. Let's talk about the bans more so than anything. So Hank actually has been played 4 times and won 100% of the time. Ash did give me that stat on Twitter, because I've seen it a few times. I've seen it a few. I must have missed it the other couple of times, but the 2 times I've seen it, I knew it won straight away. And even in knockout, out in the open, you just gotta ban Hank every single time. Hank was banned pretty much, well, by far the most banned brawler in the APAC region. So if APAC are banning Hank, I think EMEA should probably follow suit as well. So draft is unfolding pretty quickly here. We see the Max Ollie on the side of Team Electros. We see Berry Frank picked up pretty immediately here. And then, of course, the Lou into all of this is pretty good. So they've got some scouting in Lou. The Berry's going to pair with the Frank. I don't honestly love the Berry that much personally on Brawl, but I do know the pros like it a lot. But I don't know, it doesn't look like they have the DPS. So I would honestly go Melody or something. Colette. Okay, we go Colette. I thought they would have run it down, because when you think about it in the first interactions, right, like Lou's decent for damage, but Frank doesn't have any quick damage output, and so doesn't Berry. So we've seen a lot of strategies in Brawl recently by the pros where, I forgot who's seen it. Was it Humble? I've seen it, I think, yesterday. Yeah, I've seen it yesterday as well. Reject versus Zeta, where the enemy team had like a Frank and a Melody. I think a Frank and Melody, or they had a Melody or something. And of course, they don't have a quick burst damage. So if you're just going to run it down in a straight line, those type of brawlers don't have the damage to keep up. You know, those brawlers, they take a while to get into the game with supers, etc. So that's what they're going for. Hopefully there's no lag or anything like that. In terms of the draft, wait, they went Colette last. Colette honestly isn't the greatest against healer compositions. You might be thinking like, well, it's Colette, but the Rama's just absolutely destroyed them. Absolutely destroyed them. And yeah, I mean, this is a more open Colette map. Again, like, the Colette's obviously really good against Frank, guys. Like, really, really good. And I've just completely jinxed it. But it's more so Colette's interactions change versus healers. So I don't personally like the Colette. I just don't into this. I think Colette is very overrated by EMEA in general. They just seem to go Colette all the time, even in World Finals. It doesn't really have, yeah, but just kind of just let Nob super through that. How did Nob not score? But it's Sabine just on his own here. And I think because of how drastic that start was, can I save that? Maybe? Oh, that was really, really close. I think that was all to do with the start. If I didn't have such a drastic start, Colette wouldn't have got hypercharge in literally 30 seconds and won the game like that. So, I mean, it looks like Team Electros has the draft, but I think this is just the way that Brawl goes at the minute. So, I don't know what I'll change from. I mean, maybe just hide a bit more behind the wall as a Berry, but they're still going to go pretty aggressively. The thing I like about Berry, even on Brawl, is that easily you can scout grass. Just literally your entire shot. Oh, there's no way that just made it through. There's no way. 60 HP? I was like, what? Wait, what? I just forgot to speak. My mind couldn't compute that play. What an amazing play from ECP then. We've got to let Nob go through again, but Frank's going to manage to stun in time. I guess Frank is at half. I don't know. Is Frank really counted to Ollie? I don't even know, to be honest. Ollie can never really kill a Frank, but then Frank feeds a lot of Ollie's super. Frank can time his super pretty well if Ollie doesn't have a jump. It's like an awkward one. Like, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. And again, we're going to get some more laggy gameplay. I don't know why we don't just show the player perspective, because it's just ruining my experience, and ECP are going to win that. Surely for the third round, just let us spectate the players. It's just not working, guys. Come on. Surely wake up. You're ruining the video here. You're ruining everyone's monthly final experience. But then I'll get at the same time, if I didn't record this monthly final, I'll get people asking me where it is. Because I didn't do it last time for a monthly final because the lag was just so bad. I think I didn't do NA because the spectating lag was just that horrific. Okay, so this is a very pointed set for both teams because going 2-0 up, you got that cushion. And of course, Team Electros don't want to go 2-0 down. I feel like they're just out of position too much. Team Electros are a really good Brawl team. They've always been known for it, especially them playing the Max. Like, giving Mebius the Max is one thing that you can't really do too often. He's such a good Max, one of the best in the world. And Nob's a really good tank player. Marco's going to get really, really weak here. Ollie's going to go in. I don't know about that play from Marco, but Biso keeps him alive. Okay. And that's going to be the goal there, surely. Yes, we can just walk that in. And there we go. We've got a tie again. We've got a Lou hypercharge. We've got a Berry hypercharge. Every time I speak about a team, it just ends up being jinxed. But that's going to be all three players getting a super from Max pretty much. And then another one from Mebius as well. It's going to pop the hypercharge super. That's going to be Frank's super down as well. I'm sure that should be a goal. and that is going to be a goal, and that's going to be set to ECP. Pretty annoying that the lag is destroying this, but ECP now 2 sets up. I can't believe that they got 3-0 swept by Humble, and now they're going to be looking like they're going to win a monthly final. That is just absolutely insane. So 2-0 up here. Let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into set number 3, we have Bounty Lake. I'm hoping this isn't another complete sweep in the grand finals. I'd like to see a set number 5, of course, as always. But again, ECP, they're just proven to be too strong at the moment. You do love to see it, though. I do love a good underdog. Everyone loves a good underdog story. I know that, of course, all the popular teams are out, and there's going to be a lot of fans disappointed, but for the most part, I'm a neutral spectator other than Tribe. So I want to see the underdogs prevailing. I want to see new talent always rise through the ranks, because I felt like the pro scene the past few years have been a bit too saturated in the sense like we're always seeing the same faces. I guess that's kind of cool to get the same storyline, but also not had these new teams like NXT, who unfortunately lost in the quarterfinals. Of course, Eclipser doing really good this month. We want a lot more teams like this. I forgot, was there another one? I can't remember off the top of my head. But we like this. We like this. We don't want to see the same teams at the top. So take a look at draft. Bounty Layer Cake is really inconvenient for snipers. So probably in your rank games, you'd probably see a lot of snipers still here. But I only really think like Mandy, maybe the odd Piper late pick is very good in this, but take a look at the draft. It's just completely different to what you're seeing ranked. As I said, it's just insane. So Berry again, Ollie again. I don't know how Ollie's making it through draft. I really don't. I guess he's one of the less toxic brawlers out of the better ones, when you've got to like always ban like, I mean, I agree. If I was to like ban, if I was Team Electros, I would rather ban Janet, Mr. P and Hank rather than Ollie. And then Meeple, Janet, both teams banning Janet. Janet is too good. Janet is too good. Honestly, Janet is way more annoying than Ollie, because you can't counter the hypercharge. At least with Ollie, you know, you can knock him back. You can kind of, you know, Ollie can make a mistake. With Janet's hypercharge, there's just no mistakes to be had. You're just flying in the air and dropping bombs everywhere. So in terms of the draft, I need to take another look once they get into the game. So we saw the Barley. Barley is a great counter pick to Berry. Probably one of the best counter picks, because of course, Barley's going to feed a lot of super and hypercharges from everybody clumping up in position. So Berry here, okay, looks like it's going to play a lot more solo away from the Ollie. I think if he was to clump up here, you would be giving the Barley too much value, is my guess. So we're just going to go for the 1v1 matchups and then hope that Sabine and Marco could probably pop off. It's going to be hard for a Luvo against an RT and a Grey. So off the top of my head, surely Team Electros have the draft, but it's definitely not unfeasible for ECP to win this. You'll see here they're trying to swap matchups as much as possible. When you see the enemy swapping matchups, you probably want to swap matchups as well, right? Because they clearly want the Barley on the Berry, they clearly want the Grey on the Ollie. So especially when you got the lead, you're in a position, you can definitely dictate the lanes that you want here. Again, Spectator is lagging a bit too much, but Barley's super is definitely going to help them out. The problem here, Grey doesn't really have a safe teleport in any position. Rama has got us with the Spectate, though, as always, the absolute GOAT. I want to see some trash talking from Rama. That's what I want to see. That's why I would love a reverse sweep at the same time, because Rama used to always trash talk, and we've not really seen it too much at the moment. Okay, so they've got a hypercharge here. Nob with another kill onto Marco. So again, like Lu's a great pick, but because there's no tanks, it's kind of hard for him to really do too much. Bisso's going to go in here. He manages to stay alive, which is great from him. Maybe this is going to go down, but Nob manages to get another kill. So 5-star on his head here. If they kill Nob, they can win the game, but that's definitely a big ask. 10 seconds left. There's going to be another respawn incoming. Yeah, there's just too much for them to do. Ollie's not going to be able to find a way in here unless he's got a jump. I don't think he has, and he's going to get taken down. And Team Electros are going to get a game under their belt. So well, that was kind of carried by the Grey gadget. Grey is also another broken brawler. Do you know this meta is completely bonkers, guys? It is very, very bonkers. And a lot of the pro players, especially the ones that are on the better teams, not all of them, they will say that this is more of an unskillful meta, so the underdogs have a better chance. But I still think it's like the same meta in a sense. Like, both teams are playing in this meta, so I don't get that excuse too much. Like, I get the frustrations, because it definitely does lessen the skill cap a bit, right? So I understand it from that point of view, but both teams, they have the full draft at their disposal. You know, both teams are at the same playing field, so a lot of the time don't fully understand people that complain about it all, but the meta is completely messed. There's no sugarcoating it, guys. There's no sugarcoating how bad this meta is because of every brawler's having unlimited gadgets, unlimited spam. That's why Grey is so broken in the meta as well, because you're just spamming these walking canes at people time and time again, and that's literally a lot of time that can just confirm your super so quickly, confirm your kills quickly. A good Grey is going to abuse that so much. Unfortunately, I'm not a good Grey, but you see the pros are just abusing it like crazy. So Eclipse are actually winning, but they're the ones applying the pressure, so I kind of like that, but risk it at the same time. This is surely going to go down here. Somehow he's alive. How is he even alive after all of those supers and RT marking him up? The berry healing is absolutely bizarre. Another brawler that needs a nerf to his supercharge rate, because pros are just spamming berry at the moment. It's just too much, and he gets the super back way too quickly. Yeah, I need to make a balance change video at this point. So Sabim here was super. They're getting pinned back all the way, and against a Barley, it's not going to be the best. Okay, good jump here from Sabim. He's also going to drag it to his teammates. That is just perfect play. I love it when Ollies do that. It's beautiful. It's literally cinema. Dragging the people over, and they're finally getting the overlay on top of this. It kind of looks like a esports stream now. What is going on? There's actually some production going on. Okay, Hypercharge is pretty close here with Rama. Here we go. This could be the decider. Hypercharge goes in both players. ECB going to go down, and Team Electros are actually going to manage to get a bit of it back. Sabim's going to try and get the kill onto Mebius. He does manage to stay alive. Grey's going to teleport in, and he doesn't manage to get the kill. Why does it say GG match? It's not GG match yet. It's just GG game yet. Production is having a nightmare. I kind of feel bad at this point that the games are lagging, the production. And I've really had high hopes for this year as well, considering how well Brawl Stars did. I thought, come on, they're going to invest more into production. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. And I know technically it's not the production side fault that it's lagging and whatever else. There's still just always something going on in Brawl Esports, right? I swear it wasn't this bad when I was competing. This was like 3-4 years ago now. Come on. Anyways, Sabim, he's going to manage to get a super off and drag towards his teammate as well. And then he's going to gadget out. Okay, that's what I really, really like there, is a discipline with a gadget. So most of the time, you kind of need your super and a gadget to land onto someone. But then a lot of times, you also sit and duck after you get the kill. So I really like that he didn't use that gadget so he could get out and stay alive. So now he's got a 3-star cushion here. Pretty much any of them can afford to die, even Bissell, because they've got a blue star. But the problem is now is that Ollie has the blue. Okay, no, it doesn't even matter. Rama has the blue. Forget about that. It just completely flipped perspectives again. So Rama's already close to his hypercharge. He's going to cycle like 2 hypercharges in a game, which is kind of crazy as Barley. Normally you only get like 1 hypercharge in a game. So he's going to look to try and get as much value here. He's going to follow the berry around. So Barry's got a hypercharge of himself. It's going to get so messy, guys. So messy. Here comes the hypercharge. Well done from Sabim there. Catching Barley on his own. He just has no defense, but Nob gets the kill onto Sabim. That Barley hypercharge was just so good at zoning him out. And now we've got a Grey hypercharge to work with here. Sabim again. He's going to look to try and take on either the Barley or the Grey. So it looks like this time around, Barry's going to try and help him out, and they do actually manage to get the kill. Really well played there from ECP, and Bitso's going to go in again. I don't know what's going to happen here. Sabim's going to go in. Nob's going to look for the teleport onto the Barry. Surely here, is he going to go for it? He's going to get taken down there from Sabim. That was really, really close. I don't know how the Barry's staying alive. He's playing an absolute masterclass, literally surviving so well. Now there's 8 seconds left. It comes down to match point right here. Lou hypercharge going to go down to Mebius. Rama hasn't got any utility. That's going to be 3-star lead, and there's just nothing that Electros can do. And ECP, they managed to get the 3-0 sweep. And I really, really do love to see it, to be fair. I love to see it, because I kind of feel bad from what I tweeted about when Humble beat ECP. Like, I didn't give the credit from ECP. I really didn't, because they are good players. I've seen them last year as well. Really, really good players. Maybe it was just the first month nerfs. I don't even know. The craziest thing is as well about this ECP team, right, is that Marco only had 2 days practice before the monthly finals because he had to go away with school or something. So it literally had 2 days practice, whilst all of these other teams are getting boot camps. All of these other teams are scrimming like crazy, and they just rock up and win 3-0. That is absolutely wild. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Congratulations to Eclipser. Fully deserved. 3 really nice guys as well. And I hope to see them more in the next monthly finals, because EMEA this year could be absolute cinema. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comment section below whether you want me to break down any other matches. And I'll see you guys next time.